Hi, I'm Jess, and today I'm going to be doing an anime review. I did an anime review a little while ago, I think, of Sword Art Online, and I've been watching a hell of a lot of anime this month, so I thought I'd do an anime review, and this anime review is and prepare for bad pronunciation, Himouto Umaru-Chan. I think that's how you say it, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's basically a story about this girl called Umaru, who is here, and this is what she looks like during the day, and she is a perfect Japanese student. She is beautiful, she gets good grades, she gets top of her class in everything, and everybody looks up to her, and she's basically perfect. But once she gets home, she is not so much so. She turns into this version of Umaru, who is lazy and sits about her brother's apartment playing video games, reading manga, and watching anime all day, and that's all she does whenever she's home, and eating a lot of junk food. There are lots of scenes with her describing how she would put different snacks together and how they would be best to eat them, and it's like a really exact science that she has as to how she eats these different snacks. And yeah, so yeah, that's basically the plot. I'm going to start with talking about the characters because they are the main focal point of this series. It's not like other anime I've watched where there's a massive world at peril situation or a fantasy world that we have to get to know. It's just these characters that we have. So we have Umaru, obviously, and her brother Oni-chan. That's what he's called by her because that means brother, I think, in Japanese. I've forgotten his name though, it's a really complicated Japanese name, so I don't know his name. Those are the two main characters, and then her neighbour and best friend Ebina, I don't know how you pronounce it, Ebina, and her friend Kiri are both the main sub-characters who appear in most episodes, but aren't the main characters. So yeah, it's basically about her antics, trying to lead this double life, but also she has another identity, so her triple life, and it's really, really funny. The episodes that were my favourite though were the episodes where Umaru was spending time with Ebina or Kiri, and because all the reactions with her were great. I loved Kiri's relationship with Umaru, even if it was really deceptive. I did really like it. I think it was really adorable. All her interactions together were adorable and I loved them so much. I did spend the first part of this anime watching it thinking that it was going to end with Umaru realizing that her lazy antics were quite selfish and were not very fair to her brother, but if you're watching it for that, that's not what you're going to get from this. This is just a snippet of her life, of how she deals with it. There's no big change, at least in Umaru. I do think some of the other characters change because of Umaru, especially Kiri. Kiri changes a lot from knowing Umaru and goes through really great development because of knowing her, but Umaru herself does not go through a lot of development throughout the series. Even apart from that she is closer to Ebina and Kiri, she doesn't really have a lot of development. This didn't make me dislike Umaru. It's a really fine line because it really could have made me dislike Umaru, but I didn't dislike her character. I actually really liked her character, but it just made me feel a little bit sorry for her brother Oni-chan because he was having to put up with this, and she'd moved in with him and he'd taken her in out of the goodness of his heart, and she'd just been lazy and wasn't helping with anything. Even when he asked her to, she wouldn't help. She'd come up with really elaborate ways to get around it, and she'd just moan at him for what he cooked and stuff and ask him to go get her manga from the shop. Their relationship wasn't very equal. It was very Oni-chan does everything for Umaru, and Umaru sits around and is really lazy and doesn't seem very grateful for it. But she is grateful for it at times. But it did make me annoyed at her. I think she has a lot of growing up to do, but I still really enjoyed her character. One thing though I really wish the anime had delved into was Umaru and Oni-chan's backstory, because it is described that Umaru came to Oni-chan's apartment a year ago and has been living there since in his one-bedroom apartment. which suggests to me that she left her parents for some reason, and the only thing that's ever talked about their parents is that they're very rich. It's never talked about why Umaru left, and I really think that would be an interesting way to go. There is one episode where the mother is shown, but nothing comes of it. It's just a little story. We still don't know why Umaru went to live with Oni-chan, and I really would like to know that. But again, like I said, this is just a portion of her life. It's not meant to be like a big story arc. It is just a portion of Umaru's life. If you can ignore the fact that Umaru has this weird supernatural ability in which she turns into what would constitute as a child, just because she's being lazy, it's really, really great, and it's really normal, and it's fine because like Oni-chan and the others just treat it like it's a normal thing, and it's not like a supernatural ability, it's just what happens, and it's really odd sometimes, but it's also really great. It is really funny watching her, because she opens the door in her chibi format to one of her friends, Kiri, and Kiri thinks it's her little sister, and so it makes a friendship with Umaru's little sister, which is odd but also really great. So I loved their friendship and that dynamic. But Umaru's 3 different personalities. She has Umaru, Komaru, whatever she named her little sister, and Yuama, who is her video game persona that she goes out and goes to video game tournaments in. It does make for a lot of silly stories that it's really fun to watch her and her friends deal with, and I really, really, really enjoyed that. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say, and this has been quite a long video. I've been filming for 8 minutes, but I don't know how long this video is actually going to be. So that was my review of Himouto Umaru-Chan. Let me know down in the comments if you have watched this or if you have any anime recommendations for me, because I always want anime recommendations. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.